I'm Superintendent Don Killingbeck. I'm here over the shoulder with Wendy Plewa, our early childhood education director. And so Wendy, tell us a little bit about yourself and your role here at Hemlock Public School District.
I am Wendy Plewa, and I am the early childhood director here at Hemlock. I oversee several programs here. I oversee the child care program, which consists of 2 rooms. Right now we have the infant and toddler room, and then we also have the room that has 2.5 to 12-year-old children as well. I'm also over the preschool department, and I am a preschool teacher as well. And I'm also over Champ Camp, which is an after-school program that is running at Lane right now.
So how do these programs work together to better serve families and students?
The one thing that is makes my position very unique is that being the head director over all of these programs, we all use the same creative curriculum. We all use the same conscious discipline, which is a positive discipline techniques and strategies for children. So in my role as that director, I provide professional development. I mentor all the teachers. So we are all on the same page. And the nice thing is they start infancy. 2 weeks is when we usually start our infants. And then they go all the way up until 5 years old in preschool and beyond because of Champ Camp as well. So we're all providing the same strategies, the same developmental appropriate ways in which to teach the children, and an academic focus as well too. So that way they get that good solid base before they move on to kindergarten or young fives.
So, it's interesting for me, Wendy, is we've worked together for a number of years, and it wasn't all that long ago that the facility we're in at 200 Wilson Street was pretty much vacant, and we only had the preschool classrooms going on, and you were part of that expansion with childcare and bringing in Champ Camp under that same umbrella. So where are we today, and then where do you see us heading?
We're huge. We're huge. So we started 5 years ago with it'll be 5 years, with the 2.5 to 5-year-old room only. We started childcare. And so the first couple years, the numbers were developing, getting stronger. And at that point, we had families that had more than one child in care. So we were able to license that room for 12-year-olds. We don't have currently 12-year-olds in that particular room now, but they are growing into that. We have a couple 10-year-olds and one 11-year-old. So we are getting into that direction. And then after that, the parents pleaded and begged and wanted the infant room. And that is kind of what we are here at Hemlock, is that we do listen to what the parents need and what they desire. And so we went ahead 4 years ago, we're coming up on 4 years, of opening the infant and toddler room. Right now we currently have over 100 children enrolled in both of those rooms, as well as the preschool. The nice thing about preschool is there were many children before childcare opened that were not able to attend preschool because there was no before and after school care. So the preschool program has expanded. This is my 8th year coming up in preschool. That program has doubled, almost tripled. So this year we have 50 children in preschool. And I wouldn't say the majority of those children, but quite a bit are from childcare.
So the programs then work in sync with one another.
Absolutely.
So that if a parent wants, they can have before and after care for their preschool program.
Yes.
And so they work together. That's very, very neat. So Wendy, where do you see us going with these programs?
Part of my role is always, I want each child to come in and have a stellar experience, and not only with the children, but also with the family as well. So I want them to feel loved, cared about, creating a environment where they're learning and growing, not only academically, but socially. And so with my unique role, I'm able to provide all that professional development for not only the staff, but even parents get in on that as well too. So, they start at infancy, we have creative curriculum there, we do conscious discipline training there, or our conscious discipline strategies. And then those children move on to childcare. Same kind of, we're all on the same page. Then they move to preschool, the same expectations. That's the part that's so important, is making sure that the expectations are all the same through all the programs. So when they move on to, again, kindergarten, and they move up through the ranks of school, they're able to have that good solid base.
That's really exciting. What are you passionate about? what wakes you up in the morning when you're working with 3 and 4 year olds? It's easy to have some passion because they're passionate. But what wakes you up in the morning and gets you here to school?
My job, I've always said I would do it for free because I love it so much. This is my 18th year teaching preschool, and my 15th year being a director. Part of my excitedness is the excitement of the children and being able to really motivate them, make them excited about learning, making learning fun. Part of my education, I went to Reggio Emilia, Italy, and I studied a lot over there. Part of their main focus is involving the family in everything that you do in teaching and in the classroom, but also making sure that the children have authentic experiences and learning that they're very independent. They can do things on their own. I remember several years ago when I started working in preschool, and I was only going to do it for 3 years. That was my goal because I had done student teaching in first grade, and I thought, this is my niche. This is exactly where I want to be. I'm so excited to teach first grade. And so I told my husband 3 years and I'm out. And I started teaching, and I remember people saying to me, well, it's childcare, it's babysitting, that's all you're going to be doing. And I realized after 3 years, first of all, how important preschool is and that early childhood development is to their whole life. And so staying in it and making them excited about learning, watching them learn and grow, they are so much more capable than people sometimes think that they are. So that has kept me staying where I'm at. Being the early childhood director is so much fun because when I walk in those rooms, they all know me. They all want to be around me, and it is fun to watch, not only from preschool, particularly from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, watching that growth and then watching them move on, but also in childcare too, because so many of my preschoolers attend childcare. So I'm down there able to see their growth even beyond. And then having kindergarten back here is wonderful because I can walk down the hall and again see that extra year of growth.
It's like having friends from birth.
Friends from birth, yeah, we're all here.
So what are the next steps in carrying out our vision? I heard you say that, hey, we are full.
Yeah.
Our programs are full. They're busting at the seams. High quality drives people to want to select Hemlock Public School District and our early childhood care programs. But what do you see as our next step in our vision? I know we're doing some different things this year. Kindergarten's back in the building. The building's really at full capacity now. So what are some steps moving forward?
Again, continuing the quality care, but also expansion at some point. I know that I get at least 2 emails every day for people that want in. And a wait list is actually a really good thing because, we are full and people want to be here. But there's also those people that I would like to see be able to enjoy the program as well too. So at some point, I'm not sure when, but having an expansion in maybe particularly the child care, but even in Champ Camp this year, we've reached our limit. So we are full with the wait list in Champ Camp as well. Preschool, the same situation. So the next step, and again, not sure when it's going to happen, but some sort of expansion to be able to allow more families to appreciate the program.
To accommodate. That's a very exciting place for us to be. I mean, we wouldn't have thought that 5 years or 4 years ago. But I think that you mentioned it earlier, when we listen to parents and what they need and program accordingly, when we're meeting their needs and servicing our stakeholders, the results are proven, that we're going to have, full programs and people want to be here. Wendy, very excited to speak with you today. It's exciting to know that our early childhood is in a good hands with your leadership and things are marching forward.
I'm Wendy Plewa and I'm a Hemlock Husky. Thank you.